Welcome to Sunshine Cathedral's Queer God Squad. It's Friday, July 4th, 2025. I am Bishop Darrell Watkins, the Senior Minister of the Sunshine Cathedral. With me today are Bishop Robert Griffin, Reverend Dr. Ann Atwell, and Reverend Kevin Tisdall. We are the Queer God Squad. Visit sunshinecathedral.org to learn more about us.
Queer God Squad was created by Hotspots Happening Out to support our mission to explore the value of faith in the LGBTQ community. There is no streaming TV show like this in the entire world.
In 2025, we are celebrating the 40th anniversary of Hotspots magazine, the 5th anniversary of Queer News Tonight with nearly 10,000 stories and 10 million views in 2024. We will produce Pride Fest Diversity Pride in August and Pride Fort Lauderdale next February.
We are the largest nonprofit LGBTQ media organization in America, and we encourage you to support our mission to inform, entertain, and educate our community and allies.
This is the Sunshine Cathedral perspective. LGBTQ rights are under attack. Resistance is righteous, says the community. The landscape of LGBTQ rights in the United States currently faces significant threats, primarily driven by a surge in discriminatory state-level legislation. In recent years, hundreds of anti-LGBTQ bills have been introduced, many specifically targeting transgender individuals. These legislative efforts aim to restrict access to gender-affirming health care, ban transgender youth from participating in sports, and limit the discussion of gender and sexuality in schools through quote-unquote "don't say gay" laws and curriculum censorship. Beyond legislation, LGBTQ+ individuals continue to experience pervasive discrimination in various facets of life, including employment, housing, and healthcare. This climate of animosity contributes to increased stress, anxiety, and mental health challenges, especially among LGBTQ+ youth. While federal protections exist in some areas, the patchwork of state laws creates an uneven and often hostile environment, eroding fundamental rights and threatening the ability of LGBTQ+ people to live with dignity and safety across the nation. I tell you, it's an ongoing conversation that we have about how our families are being treated. It hurts to see that so many governmental agencies, and we here at Sunshine Cathedral in the Deep South in super Florida, oh my goodness, we every single day wake up wondering, what has the government done today to make our lives a little worse? And they do it, it almost seems as though if it's just for fun. There is no rhyme or reason to the nastiness that they throw at us. But I tell you, here's a word from our sponsor. Sunshine Cathedral. We are the place that help a whole lot of folk get through the ugliness that's out there. Our Sunshine, the Sunshine Pride House, we bring in at-risk youth who are too old for the system and not yet ready for the rest of the world. We bring them in and give them a safe place to begin to mature and become the productive adults that they are going to be, because there is such a place as Pride House. People ask us, at least they ask me way too often, why do you at Sunshine Cathedral spend so much time talking about trans rights? And I tell them the same thing every single time. In the 1960s, it was civil rights for people of color. In the 2020s, especially again here in beautiful Florida, it's trans rights that are most being trampled on. And until that changes, when you come to Sunshine Cathedral, you're going to hear all of us talk about the rights that should be unalienable for every single person on this planet, especially our trans brothers and sisters. And until that happens, we're going to make as much noise as possible.
You know, when the Reverend Troy Perry, in his early days of ministry with Metropolitan Community Churches, which he founded in 1968, October the 6th, 9 months before Stonewall, and 2 years before the first Gay Pride Parade, which was also in Los Angeles, which is where MCC got started. He, one time, in those pretty early days, I don't know, the first 10, 15 years, was doing a thing, a spiritual renewal somewhere, and they got a bomb threat. I don't remember if this was North Carolina or Georgia, where it was. But anyway, they got a bomb threat. And in those days, he was very resistant to threat. Like, he wouldn't cave in very much. But he also was respectful of people's safety. So what to do? Well, when the word got out what had happened, Dykes on Bikes showed up. And surrounded the church and provided safety, security so that they could go ahead and have their thing. And if anybody showed up to cause mischief, there was a wall of protection. These Dykes on Bikes. Wow. I almost cry every time I hear that story or tell that story. It was amazing. That wall of protection is what we are meant to be giving.
Yes.
You know, just because you didn't get the threat, that just means you're the one who can provide the wall of protection for the ones who did. And so we have a friend, Reverend Keith in Los Angeles, the Founders Church, used to be called MCC Los Angeles, or we called it the Mother Church. It's the Founders Church MCC in Los Angeles. And Reverend Mazingo, Keith Mazingo, he has a Latin service in the afternoons. And because of all of this craziness going on with just mass deportations and foolishness, and he has created what is called a white wall, where non-Latin people show up at the Latin service to stand outside. Cool. So, of course, they couldn't keep foolishness out forever, but long enough for people to get to a safe space, because the sanctuary is public. My office is not. So get to a safe space where they can pray, call someone and say, you know, you need to take care of my dog, or you need to meet me at this place, or call my lawyer, or whatever. Just give them a minute to breathe and plan. And so this wall of protection is there. Sunshine Cathedral, and I said this in January when I was talking about our plans for the year. I called us a fortress. We are a fortress, and which is a place of protection. It's the place that you keep the arrows at bay. You keep the troops at bay. You've got the moat around you, and you've got the drawbridge up, and you're trying to keep the people safe. And so that's what we are. But to do that, we need these walls. And so when it's women under attack, we need male walls protecting women's rights to choose.
Yes.
And when it's when it's trans people, we need cisgender walls protecting our transgender and gender expansive and non-binary and gender queer and gender fluid friends. And when it's gay and lesbian and bi stuff, we need a straight wall of protection. And when it's young people who have all these names and titles that we don't understand, and all these pronouns we don't even understand, we need old-fashioned, old fag and dyke walls to protect those young people, to let them be who they are and say it the way they want to say it, and have a safe place to be all of that. We need these walls of protection. And unless I fail miserably, which I could, who knows, but unless I fail miserably, and even if I do fail, my commitment remains to be to try for this ministry to always provide walls of protection for the most vulnerable. And of course, that's trans people, and that's immigrants, and that's teenage moms, and that's drag performers, and.
Yes.
And so, yes, we are a fortress, and our fortress is going to summon troops to create walls of protection time and again. And if you have an issue with that, then we're just not really what you're about.
Yeah.
And but if that is what you're about, we'd love to have you support us, whether you're here or out in the world somewhere, because you can support us in lots of ways. You can share our material, you can send donations, you can pray, you can tell people about us. So we would love your support if that's something you can believe in. And if you don't believe in it, don't give me a hard time about it. Just get out of the way.
Yeah, exactly.
Because it's what we're going to be doing.
Yay.
Yeah. You wonder why there's such hate against the queer community. And now they'll say, "Oh, it's not hate. We don't hate you," but actions speak louder. They really, exactly, they speak louder. You don't get to judge me in that way. You can't say you love me, but exactly, it's about
Keep your butt
power.
over there.
Exactly, it's about power and it's about control. It's just sad. And there are places like Sunshine Cathedral. There are places like local organizations around here, the Pride Center at Equality Park. There's places all around, exactly, places all around locally and here in the United States that can protect folks, that can recognize their value for who they are. That's our resistance.
You know, I know there's still this creepy little underground thing just to make it be LGB.
Oh, yeah.
I
Yeah.
And it makes me angry every time I hear that it's discussed in certain parliaments in the queer community. And folks, we are about the community. We are about all of who are celebrating, all of who are. We don't have time, efforts, or resources to leave anybody or cut anybody out.
Yeah, we're not trying to leave anybody out.
And even if we did, we don't have time to cut anybody out.
Right.
This is about all of us together, standing together and sticking up for each other's rights. And right now, this happens to be the trans rights. And we need to be advocates for those who are not able to speak out, who are not able to show up, and able to be present. Like Reverend Kevin said earlier, first it was the civil rights.
Yeah.
And we can see how the civil rights has been put on the chop block for several years now. And until if it continues to get chipped away, then it's completely dismantled. And then what do you have left? Nothing. Same thing with the queer community right now. If you take the T and continue to cut the rights away for the transgender community, they're not going to stop at the T.
That's right.
And it's going to get to you. So don't think that you are in a protected class just because it's not your specific marker at this moment in time. Keep living, it will come.
When they gutted the Voting Rights Act, I said, they're not going to stop there.
No.
Yeah.
And then when they got rid of Roe, I said, I promise we're next. And guess what?
Yes, right here we are.
So, yeah, I heard just recently somebody complaining about all deportations or whatever. And someone, Latinx person, said, but I didn't think he meant my community. Right. It was a big community in Miami, and I didn't think it was going to be us because we're good. We're the good folks. Yeah. And so we thought it was those other people from other places or whatever. And he was just stunned. He's like, but it's not supposed to be us. Yeah. It's you. Yep. It's always you. It's always you, gay person. It's always you, Latin person. It's always you, woman person. It's always you, person with all kinds of physical needs and issues. It's you. Just because they started with somebody else. If you ain't white, male, got some money, it's you. Somebody else might have been first, but being fourth or fifth doesn't make it less terrible when it happens. Yeah. It's you. And that's today with the Queer God Squad. Before we go, we want to invite you to consider a wonderful travel experience. The Divine Science Federation International and the Divine Science Ministers Association invite you to join Charting a New Course retreat at sea. It's a 5-day, 4-night cruise aboard the MSC Seashore, starting at just $299. Departing on November the 2nd, this all-inclusive getaway features free bus transfers from Ocala, the Villages, and Leesburg, plus free Wi-Fi throughout your journey. Enjoy open bar access for only $99, both on board and at Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. You'll explore Nassau and Paradise Island, both in the Bahamas, and relax on MSC's exclusive island, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve. Special perks from the Happening Out Travel Club include private happy hours and exclusive dining events. You can book your spot with a $199 deposit. Then there's only $100 to go unless you want to upgrade some stuff, which you can. If you haven't heard of Divine Science, you have heard of what it's about. If you like Oprah and Chopra, Louise Hay and Michael Beckwith, spirituality that is based on love rather than dogma, or you're familiar with Silent Unity and the Daily Word, or the progressive, positive, practical spirituality of the Sunshine Cathedral community, then you already have a pretty good understanding of Divine Science, a New Thought school of thought that has been around since 1888. This nonprofit 501c3 trip is provided at reduced prices because of the charity fundraising educational mission of the Travel Club. We invite you to join us on this amazing cruise for fun, connection, and spiritual renewal. For more information or to reserve your spot, visit divinesciencefederation.org. I say visit Sunshine Cathedral 1,000 times a day. I invariably mess up when it's time to say anything else. But for this, you'll want to visit divinesciencefederation.org and click events.
Get ready for an incredible journey on the Ultra Deluxe MSC Seashore. This 170,000-ton, $1 billion ship offers 5-day cruises from just $299. With free transfers from Ocala, the Villages, and Leesburg, getting to Port Canaveral is easy and convenient for you. There is more. You can upgrade the experience with our $99 open bar package and enjoy unlimited drinks, cocktails, coffee, and more for not one, not two, but every day of your cruise. Your special Travel Club package also includes free Wi-Fi. This MSC Seashore cruise will take you to Nassau and Paradise Island. You also enjoy the pristine beauty of Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, the world's top-rated private island experience. It's a slice of paradise waiting for you. Plus, your open bar access extends to the exclusive Ocean Cay Island too. So, if you dream of sipping on drinks and unwinding on stunning beaches, this is the day for you. When you purchase the $99 bar package, you also receive complimentary Wi-Fi for all 5 days, so that you can share every unforgettable moment with ease with the world. You'll also enjoy exclusive onboard events with fellow travelers, from private happy hours to special dinners. It's all included just for you. Last but not least is the ease of booking this trip. You can secure your spot with just $199 deposit and then pay just $49 a month. Why wait? Book your cruise today for the adventure of a lifetime. Call today to book your dream journey on the MSC Seashore Cruise.
I invite you to like and share this episode on your social media, and also welcome you to find Sunshine Cathedral on Facebook or Instagram, and to visit sunshinecathedral.org. There you'll find worship services, newsletters, ways to donate or request prayer, and you can watch some special videos featuring our bishops and amazing guests from around the world.
Thank you for joining the Queer God Squad today. We are here daily at 3 p.m. to have some fun and to discuss what our LGBTQ community is talking about.
Sunshine Cathedral is the world's leading progressive queer church. Progressive, queer, and God are words that naturally should go together. Remember that we are all in this together. Also remember, you are God's miracle, not God's mistake.
Until next time, we are the Queer God Squad. Goodbye.